Uh-oh.
There we are. There we are. Got a little ahead of ourselves there. Welcome, 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 one and all, yet again to Friday Night Live here on the 11th of July, 2026. I'm here hanging with the Page crew like always. I'm Phil, Director of Operations for Page. With me this evening, we have Jen Cash, the Blind Bard.
How's it going?
Fabulous, of course. Meg O'Malley. What's going on, Meg?
Nothing, just staying cool now. I'm so much happier now that the heat wave is over.
I think we're in the clear for a little bit.
Yeah, we're not going near 100 at least.
Right. Yeah, it is still summer, so it's allowed to be warm, right? We just don't need like frying egg on the sidewalk
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, and we have Ron. He looks like he's in a hotel. I wonder? Ron, did you get in trouble and get sent to a hotel by Jen? Did you do something?
I did not. Once a quarter, I have to represent at United Brotherhood of Carpenters quarterly delegate meetings, and they're Friday into Saturday, and this is the weekend. So
yeah, so you're on the road again. Oh, and Mr. Chet Mitten.
Sorry, I had to stop my cat from a fight with a raccoon outside. So,
as one does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Did who won? Did the cat or the raccoon?
Actually, the cat won.
Oh,
She backed it right off the porch. So.
okay. All right. Well, we've got a pretty exciting show this evening. It's. I think the term is jam-packed. I think that's what we could probably call it. We've got three very special guests with us this evening. We are going to be talking to Professor Dungeon Master, and he's going to be joining us. Oh, look who it is! There he is. There's Professor Dungeon Master at Page. I think that's from Page 1, in our inaugural year, back in 2024. And there he is running some games also at Page 1. So, Professor DM is one of our special guest alumni. He's been to every page. And we are very happy that he is with us this evening. Also joining us tonight, we have, there he is. Goodness gracious, you popped him right up on me. I got a little scared there. Professor, how are you?
Terrific. How are you, Phil?
Oh, I'm good. You've got a very, very, very important day coming up on Tuesday, do you not?
On backer kit, and we'll see how it goes. Very excited.
we'll see how it goes. What? I think we all know how it's going to go, Dan. It's going to go extremely well. It's the EN World most anticipated game of the year.
Yes, that's very gratifying and exciting, but you never know what's going to happen until the thing comes out. So
yeah, understandably,
my fingers are crossed.
You're tempering your expectations somewhat to try to be at least like a little humble, perhaps, and not get ahead of oneself. That's commendable. But
thank you. It's not really being humble. I just hope I don't have to go back to work at school. I hope I don't have to go back to work to school in September.
Yeah,
being a school teacher really is lame.
It is. Who would ever do that? Yeah.
Well, it's hard, all the paperwork and.
The only thing worse would be an archaeologist or something like that.
Yeah, totally. Either of those careers, complete dead ends.
Dan, look at the bright side. At least you have all your hair.
Yeah, that's true.
I do. I'm lucky that way.
Listen, a couple of things. One, I know you have a little lag on your end, so that's causing a little delay in Professor DM's responses. So just bear with us, folks. And secondly, this is well past Professor DM's bedtime. He is normally in bed at this time. So, if you see him wiping eye boogers, that's the reason why. But we're so glad you're with us tonight. Tell us more about what the world's going to see on Tuesday.
Well, Deathbringer goes live on Tuesday on BackerKit, and it is my take on the world's most popular fantasy role-playing game, but with cool new mechanics like exploding dice and the Deathbringer dice, which is a pool of d6s you can use to modify your rolls, and new classes, and an interesting death mechanic whereby when you're reduced to 0 hit points, you don't really die. You drop down for 1 round of combat, and then you pop up the next round with 1 hit point and a new premium talent, which is like a feat. And it's in a post-apocalyptic world, kind of like Dark Sun, where magic has this negative effect on the environment. So it is very inspired by Savage Sword of Conan and Heavy Metal Magazine and Thundar the Barbarian and all the things that I liked when I was a kid from the 80s. And there's a whole bunch of stuff with that. I can't even keep track with
stuff from the 80s like chainmail bikinis.
Yeah, it's going to include standees. It's going to include the Ultimate Dungeon terrain, several examples of Ultimate Dungeon terrain, which is my dungeon pizza, and tons of other goodies as well. I think there's a Deathbringer statue in there as well. And so it's going to be really cool.
For those of you who were wondering what Ultimate Dungeon terrain is, you can see an example of it here on the screen. This round piece here, and Dan, stop me if I'm wrong. It basically has 3. You have far, near, and close, right? Is that how that works with the 3 rings?
Yes, it works. It represents the 3 distances that, like in a game like Shadow Dark, more and more games are doing that. I've noticed that more and more games are using those 3 distances. Pirate Borg uses it. I think Mirk Borg uses it, and so
Daggerheart uses
this
it too.
Daggerheart uses. So this just, you are able to visualize it. So you're able to play with miniatures, but you don't have to set up and down and put it away. It's really convenient for conventions. It's going to be made of neoprene, so you'll be able to roll it up, put it in your backpack, and then you put it on a Lazy Susan, and you can quickly change the terrain. And I'm really excited about that because ever since the first year of my channel, I've been showing people how to make it. It's great to actually just be able to bring it and people will be able to play with it.
That's awesome.
So you're working with Roll for Combat on this? Is that your primary partner?
Yes, the miniatures, we work with Westphalia, who do Trench Crusade. They also do Mirkborg. And for this backer kit, we are working with Roll for Combat. So they do the Battle Zoo series, and they are producing the book and editing the book. So Mark Seifter, who wrote Pathfinder 2, is one of the writers on Pathfinder 2. He is doing the editing and the proofreading on the book and working on additional parts, right? And I've had other great collaborators like James Spahn, who is the author of White Box, many OSR games, and Henker Infernale, Ingrid Bernal, Brandish Gillum, who is the author of Crown and Skull and Index Card RPG. So there are a lot of people working on this game.
So, it's good to hear that you have the folks from, you have the gentleman who wrote Pathfinder 2E, working on the editing, because that's a quality product there. What time are we launching, and is there a live launch stream?
We're launching at noon, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I will be on Roll for Combat with Stephen Glicker and Mark Safter and Derek Melinda of Knights of the Last Call, and that will be it. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but it's an almost live stream. It's an almost live stream.
Okay, and folks, you can see up on the screen right now, we have the link to the pre-launch, so you can get in and make sure you get notified exactly what time this thing goes live. You were able to do a precursory backing, which I know Phil and I did. So we're excited about it. Tell us about the exploding dice.
So when you roll the maximum number on a die, on your damage die, you roll it again. And you'd be amazed at how many times people roll the maximum die and then roll it again. And so that allows your character to do just a massive amount of damage. You're talking about like a D&D character first level. You could do, I've seen at the last convention, right, in that we did, not Page. What was the other one that I just did?
Concoction.
Environment.
Concoction.
Yeah, Concoction. Someone did 40-something points of damage. So it's super exciting. Exploding dice is an optional rule in Shadow Dark on which Deathbringer is based. We use the Shadow Dark rules as the basis, as the engine for this game. But it's super exciting to have these exploding dice because you can have massive swings in combat. You could do massive damage or take massive damage, completely change the direction of the fight and make it very interesting.
Did the exploding dice work the same way against the players?
They do. They do. And I just filmed a live play this afternoon, like a demonstration game. And I rolled, 20 points of damage on one and then 13 on another. But they have Deathbringer dice, which allow them to mitigate it, right? They have this pool of D6s. They're able, you could use it to block incoming damage, but also cause lots of damage. So I think that one way you can use these dice is to protect yourself, but the other way you could use it is cause massive damage on something, because something that is dead cannot attack you. And I think that that is a lesson. Yeah, that's a lesson that newer games that the players don't get, because they've got so many hit points. They're protecting, they don't think they can die. But with this game, with Deathbringer, you can die. So you want to kill the enemy first, as fast as possible. Everything about Deathbringer is about speed. I find, although I enjoy role-playing games, I don't like waiting 10 minutes to get back to my turn. And I like the combats to be brutal and swingy, so you can't predict the outcome. And that's what it is.
So what you're saying is you're a big Rollmaster combat fan.
I have Rollmaster, and I'm familiar with the charts. And there are critical hit charts in Deathbringer, but they're not as tiny as the Rollmaster. Like, I wouldn't be able to read that anymore. I wouldn't be able to read those charts. They were so small. I like the idea of critical hits. That's cool. But like the double checking all the charts, yeah, I could live without that. And
my wife Jennifer notes that you are missing your professional glasses.
That's because I had some LASIK surgery. So I have been wearing them less.
So the magic system, is it the same as Shadow Dark system, or do you have your own magic system?
It is the same. You roll to cast. You don't have spell slots. But the difference is the miscasts are even more brutal, and the magic can affect the world. So some of the results include like all the food or all the milk in the general vicinity spoil when you roll a 1. Another one is all the crops within a 1-mile radius die. And another is all the fetuses within a 1-mile radius shrivel in the womb. So your doom scribe, the wizards are called doom scribes. They're dangerous. They're dangerous to themselves and others. There's a reason why they're hunted, and there's a reason why don't wizards take over the world? Like, that's a question like a Dungeons and Dragons never asks. Like, if you have spellcasters, why do you have a king? If you have spellcasting elves that live for hundreds of years and they can go to unlimited levels, why haven't they taken over society? And Deathbringer attempts to answer that which is the magic is so dangerous to the environment and to people that they will hunt those wizards down. And the wizards don't go showing off that they're wizards, because if they did, they'd be killed.
That makes a lot of sense.
So this sounds very pulpy, very much in the Robert E. Howard style of world, which I think everybody knows that I'm a big fan of that sort of dark swords and sorcery style of game. And I for one am super excited for Deathbringer. It might even pry me away from my now beloved Conan the Hyborian Age RPG that I've been playing, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I know it's going to be a huge success. Nobody works harder than you in the industry, and frankly, I'll be honest here. I'm going to gush a couple of times tonight about a couple of our guests, as we have Troy Allman from Cannibal Publishing waiting in the wings. But the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo and its rapid expansion have, like, Professor Dungeon Master is a key catalyst in that. And if people don't realize it, I want to go ahead and put that on the record now. Dan adopted our show early in the process. He's been generous with his time. He's been generous with his promotion of the show. And he's been generous with everything he's done at the show itself. He's donated items that we've been able to auction off, including a couple pieces of his terrain that he built when he hit 20,000 followers on YouTube, back when he was a young dungeon tuber. And, when we talk about guests who help make Page what it is in such a short amount of time, Professor Dungeon Master's, right there at the head of the class. And, I know I speak for Phil and the rest of our staff in saying, thank you for everything you do, for us, and what you do for the role-playing game community as a whole.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Ron.
Okay. Now, Justin Soroyce has sent something in about, did I hear something about withered fetuses? He's very excited about this. He wants to do a crossover, so those fetuses can be thrown into cauldrons to help witches cast more powerful spells in his game.
Yeah, Sickest Witch, great game. Nominated for an Emmy award. I think, best rules, best game.
Three Emmys.
A little bit of a tough break, got to go up against Matt Mercer, but
Yeah, right.
But years ago, there was a Saturday Night Live skit, and it was during the lead up to the first George Bush's reelection, and the skit was the race to lose to George Bush, and it was all the Democratic candidates were like trying to say things so they wouldn't win the primary. Like people were saying they had Mario Cuomo was saying he had mob ties, and things like that. But he may have been coming off an all-time high approval rating at that time, but he didn't win. So you never know what's going to happen when the voters go into the booths, and we wish Justin well here. But Dan, I know your time's limited getting ready for the Kickstarter, and is there anything you want to leave us with for the Kickstarter this evening?
Yeah, everybody should join the launch party because they're exclusive videos, and there will be more that show things like that talk about the character classes in the world. And I just filmed a live play today that's going to be up there, so you can actually see how the game plays. And they're already up there on the backer kit. And what is it? Tuesday, I'm going to have another episode of Dungeon Craft. I'm going to have another episode on Patreon tomorrow. So there's also going to be a special Patreon tier for my patrons. So if you're on my Patreon, you're going to watch for an exclusive video because I'm going to put that up probably tomorrow. So I'm actually cranking out a whole bunch of videos between now and Tuesday. And so the more you sign up to the launch party and the more involved you are, the more you'll get to see them.
So what you're saying is we should back it with my account because I'm a patron.
I'm a patron as well. So Jen,
Well,
we're gonna have
thank
to
you.
arm wrestle for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up that video hopefully tomorrow about that whole Patreon tier.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Now, one last thing before we let you get your beauty rest there, as my wife is saying that you've gone Hollywood without the glasses. There you go. Okay. All right. You're letting hankering for a nail, rub off on you too much. Down the Dark Stairway. You've been involved in that, over the last year, and it was it's been a big hit at Page and then later Concoction. Can we still count on? We brought Deathbringer into that along right next to Shadow Dark. The fans are wondering what you're going to run at Page this year, and we're not gonna have you really have to commit to individual events quite yet because the Kickstarter's right around the corner. But can we get a yes or no? Are we going to have a little time down the Dark Stairway at Page, Deathbringer style?
Absolutely, I will be there.
Excellent. All right.
Cool. Well,
Dan,
before you take off, I have a couple of comments. So I have to know, what is a demon seed? Because that was one of the things that was on the backer kit thing that they were asking, like, what monster are you gonna die to?
I don't know. I haven't even made that. Might be a monster I'm not aware of because Mark is making more monsters.
Oh, okay. Well, I really like the names of the towns that you came up with.
Thank you.
They're really cool.
Yeah, for those of you, there are places like Kankermouth, Slag, Murderheim, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I laughed at that one.
Yeah, they're
Pittsburgh?
yeah. No, it's Pittsburgh. It's
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
same thing.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
No, we love Pittsburgh.
I went to college in Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, but we can still call it
I-
Pittsburgh.
I hear it's great.
Yins don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No,
But,
Pittsburgh's fantastic.
Well, listen, I'm gonna put the link back up on the screen. I just want the entire page community. Let's support the people that support us, and Dan's a big supporter. Let's support this Kickstarter and show our support for it. And Dan, thanks for being with us tonight, and we're gonna let you head back into the dungeon and make your videos and prep for Tuesday.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support and everyone and everyone who's backing it. It means so much to me. It really does to be moving on to a new career. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, thank you very much. Dan, we're going to let you go because we know time's tight. And
Peace
have
and love.
a good night. Yeah.
Yes. We'll see you. I'll see you in a couple weeks at Gen Con, Dan.
Nighty night.
Bye.
What did he say? Did he say not if he sees you first, Phil?
Maybe.
All right. He's easy to root for. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But we do have two of our other guests waiting in the wings.
Mm-hmm. This is the wings.
No, that's the zombie hands that I was accused of.
Wait a minute. It's like a Napoleon Dynamite butterfly.
Rumor has it that Neil is very excited about the launch of Deathbringer.
I don't believe.
How excited?
I don't believe. Oh my goodness, he is. Well, it says he's excited for Paige. Does that mean he's also excited for Deathbringer as well?
Yeah, he's so excited he just can't hide it.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Who sings that song, by the way? Quick trivia question.
Nobody cares.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
The
should know
Pointer
this.
Sisters?
The Pointer Sisters. That's right. All right. There you go. Nice.
All right.
10
So
points for the O'Malley house.
who should we bring in next?
Whoever.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to bring Mark Hunt on next.
Fantastic.
So, but first, we have a little. We're going to have a little intermission.
Calling all cars. Proceed to your local game store or game website and be on the lookout for Gangbusters, the world's greatest role-playing game of cops and robbers.
That's right. Gangbusters puts your group right in the middle of Prohibition-era America, where the booze is cold, the jazz hot, and there's always a crooked buck to be made, and plenty of lawmen to stop it. In Gangbusters, your players can play fearless FBI agents, honest and not-so-honest cops, Prohibition agents, hard-boiled private eyes, and reporters always sniffing around for the big story. Or they can play the other side, as notorious bank robbers, foot soldiers for the mob, bootleggers, thugs, gun malls, enforcers, and any number of wise guys waking their way up to the big boss and trying to keep breeding in the process. Raid warehouses for hooch, knock over banks, rub elbows with the rich and notorious at the local speakeasy, run one last job for the boss, shut down the rackets, all to the tune of your fist and your trusty heater. Gunfights, car chases, shakedowns, it's loads of fun for everybody. So don't be a chump, get the Gangbusters role-playing game at Drive-Thru RPG or RPG Now, and tell them Mike sent you.
All right. So, Mark, welcome
Yes,
to Friday
sir.
Night Live. We're excited
thank
to
you,
have you
thank you.
here.
Glad to be here.
So what is cooking in the world of Mark Hunt, TTRPG designer?
Let's see here. I just did for David Oakham. I just did a monster manual for his Pulp Incorporated game. I also should be coming up soon for Jim Wampler. I did stuff for Thunder the Barbarian
Ooh.
for various game systems that should be coming out
Wow.
for his Living Crawl Classics.
We have somebody in
And
the
I'm
chat
getting ready to-
questioning that if Jim Wampler's still alive. That's terrible.
Yes.
That's
He
terrible.
is.
Stop that. And how about Gangbusters? What's the latest there?
And I'm getting ready to put some new stuff out. And next year is the 45th anniversary for Gangbusters. And we'll be having some new stuff come out there. Some original D100, and we're getting some of the original writers to contribute.
Oh, name some names. Let's hear some names.
Mark Akers, one of the original writers in there.
Tomb of the
Yes.
Tomb of the Lizard King author.
One old
Yeah,
school.
I just went into the Wayback Machine for
Yeah.
Dungeon Module I2. Yes.
Wizards did not let the trademark lapse. They never owned it.
Where do you see that?
In the chat, Michael in
Did
chat.
Wizards?
It's in the
Oh,
chat.
okay, there we go. Did Wizards let the trademark lapse on Gangbusters? No.
No, they never owned it.
Hmm.
I am the IP holder from the original creator. I'm trademarked, covered, legacy. I can produce all the original material. So there's no lapse. I'm just moving in. I'm the creator of it.
There we go. There we go. There's no the undisputed owner of Gangbusters.
No legal
Yeah,
shenanigans
Mike.
or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
Mark holds all the belts. In other words, little boxing terminology for everybody. Chet,
Yes.
there were cries from the crowd that you didn't get to speak when Professor Dungeon Master was on.
I was told to be quiet.
By who? Who told you
By
to be
you.
quiet?
You shamed me. You shamed me.
How did I
earlier.
shame you? How did I shame
You
you?
said, don't make any stupid comments like you always do.
I did not say that. What? I'm just trying to figure out what's that title you have there, the Red Menace.
I don't know. You change
Where
it
did that come
every
from?
time I'm on here. Red is my least favorite color too.
What's your most favorite color, Chet?
My favorite color is definitely blue.
Blue's a nice color.
Yeah, I love all shades of blue.
So
Although purple's cool and green.
what question do you have for Mark?
Well, let me think. You gonna come to EggCon and dress as a wizard for wizard time?
I usually take pictures of those guys. I usually don't dress as them. I'll probably be a gangster as normal.
All right, cool. Stop by my booth. I'd love to talk to you.
All
Yeah.
righty. And I'll also be at Gen Con 2 this year also, right afterwards, soon, right back to back.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And of course, Paige, I'll be there.
Yeah, we're excited to have you as a guest this year. And, there were, it was very unfortunate circumstances that you weren't able to make it last year. And
Yeah, that was unexpected.
yeah, we had a little moment for you there at the at our
Appreciate it.
special guest dinner. You're going to be in for a treat though. This year we've added a Wednesday night event. We're showing Conan the Barbarian at the movie theater across the street. We're having 2 showings of it. Along with a lot of the folks from the Conan crew, like Jim Zub and people like that. And that's for special guests, staff, and certain badge holder levels. And then for the special guests, supporting patrons and our staff, there's a cheesesteak dinner on.
Oh, nice.
So, and also at that cheesesteak dinner, we give out our award, our Lifetime Achievement Award there. So last year it was Bob Watts from of Grenadier and Ralph Partha and Heartbreaker and Games Workshop USA fame, who's a suburban Philadelphia native, and then in the year before it was Frank Menser. So looking forward to that. And you get the hobnob with a lot of your contemporaries there too.
That's always fun.
Yeah, yeah. Are you running any events at Page?
Gangbusters, of
Yeah.
course. Lots of gangbusters and probably maybe some tall tales on the side.
So what should players coming to Page come to expect if they're going to play in Mark Hunt's Gangbusters event there?
They're going to have some down the goodness, over the top gangsters, shoot 'em up. It's going to be basically all the fun you can have and watching the Untouchables on the tabletop.
Do we get to ignore that Elliot Ness lost his accent midway through the Untouchables in the Robin Hood movie? And how much Elliot Ness actually looked like Robin Hood?
Yeah, of course. And how close the Canadian border was to Chicago.
Yes, it was so close. Yes, exactly. Now, my wife, Jennifer, has a question for Mark. Mark,
Sure.
What do you attribute the longevity of Gangbusters to?
Two things. The love of cops and robbers. One of the first role-playing games we all learned how to play.
That's true.
Just like Westerns, it's weird that you can describe that to events and don't have to go into much detail because we've all pretty much, guys our age, grew up watching all the shows on TV, so we understood, what the various guns, weapons, and cars, and we watched all the detective shows, so it's pretty second nature. And for it to be not a primary focus for TSR, it had a lot of people play it once or twice, small things. And it's over the years, it's just been around, always been played.
What particularly attracted you to that genre?
Well, it wasn't fantasy. So it was something different that I could literally grab a bunch of people, sit them down, and play without describe what an elf was and a dragon and all of those different things, and all have the same expectations right off the bat. If I say we're playing against Al Capone, everybody knew exactly what I was talking about. So everybody knew you're going to be mobsters. Okay, great. We're going to get rich or die trying. Everyone knew right off the bat. And that helped it, helped establish it well.
It's
one of the few games where I had at one time I had 30 players. Wow.
That's impressive.
Wow. That's a lot. Who are some of your contemporaries that you really admire in the industry?
Oh, let's see. David Oakham, I like him. He's a great artist, great drum. The people who make Polk Alley, it's a miniatures war game. Those guys are great, like those. Geez, so many people. I just, I can just probably go to my Facebook page and just point to half the people I follow are just creators or fans. I like their work. They like my work. Like Mark Miller. I mean, I love Traveler. That's just perfect. I would love to I've talked to him many times, played with him. I could always play his game. Love Traveler. I love Champions. Champions 4th edition is my jam. I love that. I like basic D&D, just simple stuff. Keep it simple. You name it, I'm old school. I'm just used to old school. And probably one of the newest games that I really, really think more people should play is from Two Little Mice. What is it called? The Outgunned by Two Little Mice.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic game.
Yeah.
I can't praise it high enough. for a modern game, that's the game to play. I just love it.
Now, Mark, what we're going to do here is we're going to keep you on, and you're going to continue to be part of the show. Just people from the crowd are going to start to, we go into like a kind of a rapid fire round of asking questions and things like that. And we're going to bring Troy on as well now, and we'll kind of run through a little round with him, and then we'll just let the questions flow back and forth from the audience and to the two of you. So let's see if we can get Troy on here. Troy, wake up. Are you awake?
Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And we have got Troy Alleman from Cannonball Publishing. Hello, Troy.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
So Troy, tell us what's going on in the world of Cannonball Publishing.
Next on the plate to come out is what you're showing, Curse on a Coastal Town. It's a compilation of adventures. It has 10 adventures in it for use with Shadow Dark. You can play the adventures in any order. It's around a central theme of a coastal town area. And I think everybody's really going to enjoy it. My team put a lot of hard work. It was a lot harder to write it so that way, because you know how players are, right? We want to go here, but you want them to go somewhere else. So writing it so they can go anywhere that's on the map for any of the 10 adventures that are in there took a little bit of time. Can't thank my editor enough in making sure that it was all cohesive and worked. So that's that. And then another product is Something Wicked, which is Ravenloft module for 5.5 edition. That'll be coming out next month. We had a little snag on it, but that's being fixed, and then it'll be going to editing and then layout. So this is part 1 of a 3-part series that's planned, and that's written down below by Kurt Venitus, and Brian Patterson did the art and the maps for this. That's his art there on the cover. Very excited for this. We missed our mark. We wanted to come out like around 2 weeks or so after the release of the new Ravenloft book, but no plan survives contact with the enemy. So you just keep on going, adjust, and keep moving forward. So
it's interesting that you said that. I had the honor of meeting with and chatting with General Mattis today. So he dropped that line on us as well.
Yep. Mad Dog Mattis.
Yeah, call sign chaos. Exactly.
And this is another book that I'm working on right now. The Dragon Queen Returns. So in the 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide, they listed the 3 evils of Pillar of Evils in Greyhawk, which was the Temple of Elemental Evil, Ayuz, and Tiamat. So this adventure is basically how Tiamat gets free from being imprisoned on the first layer of hell.
Wow.
It has a really good twist to it, very Greyhawkian. I think a lot of people will really, really enjoy this.
Well, that's
Art,
great.
Yeah, the art on the cover is Joey Dosel, which you know.
Yeah.
And he's got another piece that I described to him that he's working on, and it is going to be epic. It's a 2-page spread, and I can't wait to share that whenever it's ready.
What? It's not done yet?
No, I got him. I've been cracking the whip. He's doing the cover for another project right now for me.
These artists, you
I
just have to
know.
Unreliable hacks.
stay on top of them. Yeah.
You know,
Third tier,
they
fifth
really
tier.
are. They really aren't reliable, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Call them up. They're sleeping. They're like, Ron, who?
yeah, it's constant. It's constant. Mark, do you have trouble with your artists over there at when you're making BX games?
Yes. Well, I'm also in a special genre where you almost can never find anything that's non-magical. It's usually some kind of mythos thrown in it or sparkle stuff. It's like, can I just get a gangster? I don't need them to have, no Cthulhu. Just give me a gangster. It's kind of hard.
Well, I can understand that for sure. That can be tough. Folks, what questions do we have for Mark?
I remember reading that you had like a sci-fi game, kind of similar to Gangbusters, but I can't remember what it was called.
Well, that's what I've been working on it in the background. Everyone's been asking me for the last 10 years to make something like Star Frontiers. I have a 1950s game I haven't put out yet. It's a 50s style sci-fi that's going to fit right into the same game mechanics. So it's all part of seamless gameplay.
So a very Buck Rogers pulp type of
Yes.
Nice, awesome.
That sounds right up my alley. I love that kind of stuff.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that's been played off and on, and it's probably one of the most requested things. Can you please? I'm like, no, I can't. That's tied up. No one's gonna be able to get that. That's been dead and shot. But I can do this, and this. Okay, when are you done? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Well, maybe we can see a play test of that at a future page, not necessarily next page, but
yes, it's very possible.
I'd sign up for that.
All right. Team, what questions do we have? And of course, if there's any questions from the crowd, we'll take them now as well.
I would say I have a question for both Mark and Troy. What is your favorite part of researching to write and build these worlds you work on?
Go ahead, Mark.
My favorite part, I usually go to these small towns and go to the library and get on the microfiche and look up stuff from 100 years ago in the newspaper. I've got old desk sergeants, you ever heard of the desk sergeant? It was the guy that would write your name in the book, hence the term bookum.
Oh, yeah.
You would write him in the book. That's how it came about. I have some of the old books from 100 years ago on crimes, pictures, what they did, different stuff. So it's interesting just to go to these little small towns you wouldn't suspect and find out they were like some of the haven for serious crimes.
Yeah.
They're so-called good communities. Those were some of the worst ones out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For those of you children of the 80s, your desk sergeant, if you remember Hill Street Blues, and let's be careful out there. Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break while people are putting together formulating some questions. But my wife, Jen, has something she wants to talk about. And she's going to give us a little introduction to Orange Cat Games upcoming Kickstarter on the 21st.
Hey there. Welcome to Orange Cat Games. We're very excited. We just got a shipment, a very important shipment that we're going to unbox right now. So join me. All right. Gentle slicing. Let's lower the blade so we don't damage anything while we're multitasking here. Ooh, what could this be? What could this be? It is, in fact, our new adventure logs. Here we go. Look at those bad boys. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But hold on, I'm going to open this up. Okay, fine folks, we have moved to the desk, my desk. There's no room on Ron's desk. And we're going to take a look at what's inside. So in the front, you see this gorgeous golden amber cover for the Adventures log. I'm going to turn this sideways so we get a better view. We can spread this out. Cover has a troop of intrepid adventurers waiting to make their way through whatever adventure or tragedy or travesty you intend on sending them on as the game master or the DM. All the art in here has been done by Chet Minton. Additional illustrations have been done by our friends Stan, Joey Dossel, Lynn Redder, and Chandra Ryer. The adventure log is clear and clean with big print, big spaces to write in, space for your session notes, and of course, special little illustrations. I bet you can guess who did those. With enough space to write everything that you need to write about, including your experience earned, magical items obtained, which I'm really bad at because I always write these on scraps of paper and then I lose those scraps of paper. So I probably have lost many magical items that I could have used and not had my character die. It's hard to do this one-handed. There's plenty of space for this, but when you get to the very back, you've got, and as an additional bonus, let me get to the very back. I'm sorry I'm so like all over the place with camera work. It's very hard to do this one-handed. Although when I broke my wrist, I did everything left-handed, but I've since lost that skill apparently. Here we are. Okay, it is the last page. So you get a space for your last will and testament, which is important because, I mean, just like Tom Cardy says, loot that body. But if you don't want your body looted and you don't want to lose your gear and you want to bequeath it to the rest of your team or your party, you really should determine where everything is going in advance, which is a responsible thing to do, especially since in Dungeons and Dragons, it is pretty much like loot that body. And then on the back cover, we've got another fabulous illustration. Beautiful colors, whimsical logo, of course. And all this can be yours in our next upcoming Kickstarter. I hope you pledge. We'd like you to enjoy this as much as we had fun enjoying making it. See you soon.
She's better than Vanna White.
Don't tell her that. You know.
Oh,
Very
oh,
impressive.
She's in the chat. She probably heard
Yeah,
it.
she already
No,
heard it.
I listen. I got a notification that she wandered out. Like she
Okay.
must have. She wandered out in the middle of it, and she was like, the ring camera went off, and there she is with the dog in the backyard. So, but folks,
Well, that's a good reason to wander off.
folks, we're getting ready to launch that thing, and we'd appreciate any follows that you can give us. That would be very helpful. There's your link. If you can give us some follows, that would be great. We launch on the 21st, and the books are obviously already done and in. So it's just going to be a matter if you want some bells and whistles to go with it that Chet's put together, and we'll go from there. What questions do we have for our guests?
All right, I'm jumping back in because you didn't let Troy answer mine.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
And I really want to hear it because, you're coming from a much spookier spot. So where do you find research and inspiration?
I guess it started with just getting to listen to the old guard of old TSR, old RPG, basically that whole beginning lineage, right, that made the games that we all started with. And I'd watch streams where some of them would get interviewed, right, and they would talk about, the process back then, and rivalries, or issues, or how they all would shack up in a one room apartment just to get by, because it didn't pay that much, and it just the love of the game and creating and making that stuff that inspired me. uh, I mean, there's a can't remember the documentary now. There's a documentary where they went in, talked a lot about the artists. I think it was maybe for like Art and Arcana, or the art of D&D. But I remember one of the guys went out to the back of the building, and there was Trampier art in the dumpster whenever they were cleaning out the building and stuff like that. It was just amazing that stuff was just being discarded because nobody thought it was going to be worth anything or whatever. But and then researching, digging through, like Greyhawk is a love, but man, it's a burden, because when doing anything with Greyhawk, I never want to upset the apple cart. So you have to do a lot of research, and I want to meld the existing with something new and then add a little bit more to it. Right. And that is a tightrope walk and then some.
Yeah.
And you're not going to please everybody, but that's just how it goes sometimes.
Right.
I'd like to answer a couple of these questions I see in chat there.
Sure.
I go all the way back to 1979 when I started playing. So yeah, Engard, you name it, from way back. I've played all those games you mentioned up there. So fantasy games, non-fantasy games, I mean, yes, I can play all those probably off the top of my head. Mech Warrior First Edition. I go Indiana Jones, Dawn Patrol, Behind Enemy Lines. Yes, I can play all of them. Yep, I go all the way back. Those are my meat and potatoes. Fantasy games, great. Everyone plays that. That's like the staple. I'll always play those. But off the wall stuff like that, yep, good. Top Secret, run that. Gamma World. All those are. When I say I run my Traveler universe, it's Traveler 1977 before the Imperium got involved. I had like a first printing that I still used to play. So that's my game. I'm old school. Daredevil, like but just everything from the 80s. That was my years, so I'm used to it. New stuff is great, but I'm just stuck in the old song. I'm a grognard. What it is.
Well, I think we tend to gravitate to the things that we first discover when we get into this hobby, so that makes sense.
I mentioned earlier about how great Dan has been to Paige over the years. He's done a lot for the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo, but I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention all of Troy's contributions to the convention as well. He's donated items. He drove 2+ hours after work a couple of weeks ago to meet me at the Oaks Convention Center so he could pick up posters and marketing cards so he could take them to stores that are local to him. He always is willing to go the extra yard. He's always asking what can he do? Hey, can I provide this? And sometimes we need to slow him down a little bit because his generosity really knows no bounds. But Troy, just thank you for everything you've done for the convention to help it be a success to date.
Thank you, guys. I mean, I appreciate it. I look at it as a family. I love going there. I love the community, and like a lot of people don't understand how important a good gaming store is and what all it really does offer. Right, the brick and mortar stores. Right, I mean, prices can be a little bit higher, but they provide so much more. A place of community, where you can hang out, with like-minded individuals, play games, have fun, put that other part of the world away for a little bit, and just enjoy yourself. And I want to do anything I can to back and support that kind of stuff. So,
well, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, very much so.
When I met him, he was humping tables and chairs. Ed Lopez. This is a family show. It's PG-13. Oh, you mean carrying? Oh, okay.
I don't know. He was giving me weird looks at Concoction. Like I'd look over to my left at his table, and he'd just be giving me that I was in the Navy kind of looks.
Submariner also.
Yeah.
That should scare you.
It looks like Wes Allen, the egg thief. He's off to bed. He's leaving the audience. Because you got to be up early to grab the eggs from the chicken coop before the chickens know you're there.
Yeah. Well, he's tired from all that smashing of sting bats.
Yeah, exactly. My lovely and talented wife, can Troy and Mark comment on what they are seeing in the latest generation of players? Look at Jen drinking her clear alcohol there.
It's water.
Lies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It looks like she's about to fall off her chair. I mean,
No, I'm fine.
you look like you're swaying there.
Do I really?
No, I'm teasing.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
Go ahead, Mark.
Some of the newest players, when I play Game Busters, they really embrace that it's not fantasy. It's different. They really embrace. They just take to it like water, just ready to go. And it's really interesting because, like, I do something different with armor class, and I don't really have to explain the concept behind it too much, because everyone knows, as a gangster, the more you look, the tougher you are, So, walking around in, overalls versus a three-piece suit, you get a lot more respect and people treat you differently. And they get that concept without to explain, like, oh, armor is, protection, and they can cut between that. So they're more, it's kind of weird because they take the old school way of gaming easier when it's not fantasy. Instead of trying to look and see what's on their character sheet, they just play their character. These are the new guys. They just do what they do. Just easier now.
It's interesting you say that, because I've been playing in a Walking Dead campaign, Free League's Walking Dead. In fact, Ed Lopez, who's been commenting in the chat, is the person running it locally. And you know what? It is easier. Now, of course, I don't know what a zombie is. I've never encountered a zombie in my day-to-day life, but everything else is very familiar to me. You know, if I were on the run and I needed supplies and I came across an old gas station, what's the first thing I'd look for? Oh, I'm in a supermarket. I'm going to head to the medical aisle, right? I'm going to head and grab aspirin, or I'm going to jump the counter in the pharmacy. It just comes more natural and true, where everything is familiar and it's not all, even though you have a GM describing it in a fantasy game or a very futuristic game. um Honestly, it's kind of abstract, because none of us have ever really shot a laser pistol. Maybe Troy, because he was a submariner. um because they have lasers on them
And
now, if you don't
that's
know
Space Force.
that.
Yeah.
You laugh. I got a nephew who's part of Space Force. But um so that tends to, it resonates with me, and I've said it often, that I think the game was very easy to adapt to, because I know what I would look for in that situation. I know that if I'm popping the trunk on a car, what do I want out of the trunk? Do I want the spare tire? No. Do I want a tire iron? Probably. Right. So, so I get where people are coming from there. When Mark's talking about that, I understand that. Um, and Wow, chat's on fire here. Hold on a minute. Um, Here we go. I need to get those players into my on guard game. And I'll add that we do have on guard with wine and cheese this year, which I believe you might be able to get Jen to play there, Matt, assuming you don't cut her character's arm off like you did in the D&D game. Let's see. We've got somebody saying look for Twinkies, of course. Zombieland. Jen says this is the exact reason that Fallout is so damn popular. Matt says thank him for his service from me. I assume he's talking to about Troy. Daniel Lawrence, I will say that I definitely see at cons that people are more willing to just role play. When they fully know they don't understand the rules, and that the DMGM will give them some instruction. Speaking of, have either of you all played Trash Sexy? Do you know what?
Nope.
You know
I
what trash?
have.
You know
Is
what
that
trash?
the raccoon? Is that the raccoon one?
Yeah,
You play raccoons in Trash Sexy.
it's amazing.
I played Macho Women with Guns back in the
Oh
day.
yeah.
I highly recommend it.
But yeah, Trash Sexy is from Fox and Board Games. It's my longtime friend John Harford, and he's been successful. Troy, what modern or future games do you play?
I mean, at cons, I run Shadow Dark usually. It's a great entry level, simple to learn game. At Concoction, for like new players, I had two guys that never played before. Didn't know the rules. Had pre-gens, but I'll tell you, they had a blast. And the table was roaring with the antics that these guys were doing, and they were just carefree, and I just let them go, right? And it was fun to watch because you just saw the energy build at the table. And then of course, they magically they were rolling 20s, right, and making stuff happen that normally isn't going to happen, and I just was able to ad lib it, and I mean, just they all just had a blast, and it you could see it like they all melded, and got together and just like supported each other with that game plan that just happened to go through, even though it was crazy. And to me, that was fun to watch. And I guarantee you, those two guys will remember that game for the rest of their life.
Yes.
Just, yeah. I mean, and that's the kind of stuff that gives me oxygen, right? And again, going back to like supporting conventions and everything, I look at it as it's entertainment. We're there, because it's expensive to go out, to conventions or anything, right? So I want to provide them quality entertainment. Like I want them to be a repeat customer. I want them to come back, not for Cannibal Publishing, but I mean, that would be nice, but for the cons, right? And that exposure. And that's just how I look at that. And with the younger generation, I was introduced to D&D with the Holmes box set. So I like a grittier, darker, deadlier game, than 5e or 5.5e is now. And I have stuff to make it darker, grittier, and deadlier. And that's how I run stuff. But that's why I also like Shadow Dark, right? Like, because whenever I was growing up and I was playing, I was told characters are cheap. You had you had Bill, then you had Bill's cousin's brother, Steve, and you just kept, or Steve 2, or whatever, right? And just kept going with the characters, right? I mean, that's one thing. Another thing that I've seen with more modern day players is depending on what they've been introduced to play. Sometimes whenever they have a character death, they don't like that. They're taken back because they think that character is going to live forever, right? And it's no. But you got to break them in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, mentioning that's one thing that really helps me with gangbusters. If I say someone got shot, they get it. Hey, this guy got shot in the arm. Okay, well, we all understand what that entails. Versus you got a slot in a fight or you got beat up. They understand the concept of a car crash and a house fire, and they get what So I don't have to explain much, which is really nice. Like one game I ran where everyone played Batman villains. We had the Joker, the Penguin, and the Riddler, and all them, and we're going to try to rob the Great National Gotham Bank. And so everyone played all their character personalities in the group, and everyone understood their assignment. So it was fun. They cracked jokes, but still, they realized they were still crazy and deadly. So they knew to knock out gas for the guards and everything. I let them just do all the different stuff, but they understood if they shot somebody, they're going to die, or get hurt real bad. So I understand what you're saying. It's really good to have some great frame of references for everybody.
Yep.
And that it's not really expressed enough in a lot of games.
My husband broke me of that fairly early on when.
Whoa. PG-13 show.
No. Because I was one of those people that loved my character and didn't want them to die. Well, I spent 40 minutes making a character for a game that I never even got to play because I didn't have a chance to even fight back. He killed me in one round on purpose.
Well, Mark mentioned something earlier about playing with playing Traveler. You can die in character creation in Traveler. So,
yeah.
In fact, they even have a T-shirt about it. So, we're going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back in under 30 seconds.
2 and 2.
And we are back, and I hope everybody, Chet, we got to get some more followers on our pre-launch. We're almost up to 200.
Excellent.
Wow.
So if you're watching and you haven't yet followed the pre-launch, please do. We're trying to get it up over 200 before we launch, and we've actually picked up about 20 today, so that's been pretty good. And you can back that here. All right. What other questions? We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got my wife says the video game generation is used to being able to revert to their last save so they can make sure their player doesn't die that time around. The dice don't do that in real life.
That's true.
Robbing Gotham Bank sounds fun. The on purpose part bugs me. I think it should be a roll of the dice, like when I chopped Jen's arm off. Yes.
Well, he says that he didn't actually mean to kill me in one round. It just worked out that way.
Yes.
But he did it to teach me a lesson.
Let me give you the advice about like Traveler. When it said like dying character creation, that's true, yes and no. But if you actually read the rules, and it says, I'll be a rules lawyer for a second. Once you roll your stats, you have a fully complete character. And it's all risk versus reward from then on. After your stats are done, the game starts. Whether or not you continue pushing your luck about going to space till you're like 50 years old, that's on you. So you made bad calls, so it's on you. It's not you didn't die in character creation. You didn't understand the risk versus rewards. Considering there's no improvement of stats after the game starts.
Yeah. Bay35 Pablo says, Troy's trying to get me to fly in from Page from Australia when my wife gives me a leave pass. Now, you would be the second individual to come to Page from Australia because, fun fact, we had a boxing kangaroo there year 2.
There's a cool game that's from down there. The Good Society. Have you guys ever played that one?
No.
It's like Jane Austen.
Oh, yes, the Jane Austen RPG.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The Good Society. That's actually pretty good. I like that game. It's different.
The hey Mark, do you stay up to date on current events?
Fairly.
Okay, did you see Henry Winkler got arrested today?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Saw that coming 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Did you see that? He got arrested? The FBI swooped in and grabbed him out of his home in Malibu, and they said he was involved in some sort of financial scheme.
I thought he jumped the shark.
No, they're calling it a Fonzie scheme.
Of course. Here's a good question. Did you know the Ponzi scheme? He was the only one not arrested. He was not arrested for the Ponzi scheme, believe it or not. He never got arrested.
Boxing Kangaroo was an upgrade from Humping Troy you had at page 1.
Wow.
Combat Wombats.
I like that.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Combat Wombats.
All right, folks, what questions do we have for our guests before we let them head back into the night and look at the inside of their eyes?
I have a question for Troy. I remember reading, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you're creating a Shadowrun hack for Shadow Dark?
Oh, hold on.
Wow.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Wrong button.
One of the guys that's part of my team, William Dvorak, we had a Shadowpunk beta rules there at page 3. and they were talking about it. They
so-
ran. Oh,
So it was you with Shadow Punk.
That's what I thought.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
because
and they ran one of the games there
he
at
bought the
page
book.
3. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
I was so sure that was not you, Troy. I was like, no, that wasn't him.
Yep, that was us. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your name's not in here though.
No, that was written by William Henry Dvorak.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that eventually
art.
going to be a Kickstarter?
He was looking at that. They changed the name of it, but there's some stuff he needs to work out with the rules. So I don't know if it's currently shelved until they get that done or what the future of that is going to be.
Okay, cool. It seems really interesting, so that's why I asked.
Yep.
All right. What other questions do we have for our esteemed guests before we let them give us their final words and head off to bed?
Okay, Mark, this one's for you. And I like to ask everyone this. What is your favorite house rules when you play?
I got two favorite house rules. One is your constitution is your hit points. Period. So you got between 3 and 18 hit points. Good luck.
That's a good one.
And you can go into negatives, equal your level, and live.
Oh,
So if you're 5th level, you can go down to -5 and live. If you go to 10th level, you can go to -10 and live.
It's a pretty
Oh, I
good
like
rule.
that.
yeah, I like that.
Who are you asking this to, Matt Archibald? Both of them? Well, Mark's running gangbusters, he said, and Troy, your team's running a lot. You have an actual gaming area as well as a vendor booth in the main vendor hall.
Yeah, I'm running 3 games of Once More Into the Fray, which it's going to be a group of friends from the same village are out adventuring. They come back and their entire village has been razed to the ground. And it's now they're a little bit of grizzled veterans of adventuring, and they go out and seek revenge. I have 3 games of that. I'll be running Leviathan League Racing, which is an underwater racing board game that has some Shadow Dark elements in it. I ran it at Concoction 3 times. Had great feedback from that play test. So this will have all that implemented changes and going from there. And then we're going to be running for the kids a Lagoon League Racing. So for kids, no adults, no Phil, no. They're going to have plushy animals, sea animals that are going to be their board pieces. The 2 by 2 foot by 2 foot like pads that you can put on the floor. That's going to be the game board that they're going to go around, and there's different hazards on the game board, and I'll have big plushy dice that they can roll for it to move around. But that's going to be for the kids. A little bit more simpler, easier rules and stuff.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then a couple other people are going to be, I think there's going to be a cyberpunk game, a aliens game, and I'm not sure because I still need to crack the whip on a couple people to get their games in.
So it's not just artists you're having a problem with.
No. Everyone.
So,
Matt?
what are you guys looking forward to the most about this upcoming page?
Introducing more people to the game.
Me, scheduling all my time so I don't have any time for anything else. I did that really bad this year. Like I had zero time. I was either manning my booth or always running stuff. But I mean, I still had fun. I had a great time. Also, I have the self-publishing seminar as well with Mike Shea and Baron DeRop and a couple other people on it.
I think we're gonna rope Mark into that as well.
Nice.
All right. I'll tell you that about booking. Only when I first went to when I first reduced Gangbusters, I went to GaryCon, and I sold out before the first day, before the book doors opened
Oh
up.
wow!
So I was like, I should have booked a lot more books. I mean, they were like, I got mobbed. They were trying to buy my only copy I had left to run the game. I said, I only got this. I have to have one to show. And I had some serious offers. I mean, real serious offers. So, and then I literally had like 3 games played. I think I ran like 20 games that weekend. People were just like, could you please just one? Me and my friend could just one for us. I'm like, sure. The next thing you know, there's like 8 guys at the table. And it was just like nonstop. And that was great. I didn't realize, I mean, I understood because I love the game. And it's like, what's the old commercial? I loved it so much that I bought the company. It's one of those deals, the old razor. But I didn't realize how many fans are out there just waiting to hear stuff over the years. But it's just nice to meet new guys and see that, you know, the old school fans and the new guys that come in. And then, oh, what is that? Never heard that. And they go, well, is this the old game from? Yep. Well, this is the old stuff and then the new stuff. But I think interacting with the fans and having a chance to talk and meet new people is one of the best parts of conventions. It's got to be fantastic.
I agree with that. I love meeting new people.
So I am in a room on the 11th floor of the DC Hilton on Capitol Hill, and somehow there is a cricket in my room.
Is his name Jiminy?
No, but I do want to point out. That Matt Archibald says that Phil is always welcomed at his kids only game. The man is adorable. He's a walking plushie.
Aw, sweet.
I'll tell it to Sharon when I get off the stream that I was called a walking plushie on the show tonight. See what her reaction will be to that.
She's out cold on the couch already. You best not go anywhere near her.
She very well may be. That's her favorite sleeping spot in the summer is the couch.
All right. So, any other questions from the audience before we let them give us our guests give us their final kind of what they want to leave us with? Okay. Mark, thanks for coming on tonight. We're looking forward to seeing you in January. What do you want to leave us with tonight?
Remember, anything that's illegal can be made legal versus legal at the throw of a switch. So go out and have fun.
All right. And Troy, what do you have for us tonight?
Tonight you got to see 2 Kickstarters, one from Professor Dungeon Master and one from Orange Cat Games, which present company that are here. Support them, right? They're the ones that are making stuff happen. You know, we rely on each other first, and bring in everybody else, right? Because it's better than sitting around being an armchair quarterback and just complaining about stuff. They're actually making stuff happen and providing materials for everybody. So
It almost sounds like you're talking about certain YouTubers.
Yeah.
oh well, yeah.
Shh, shh.
Nah,
Don't fall for my trap. Don't fall for my trap.
Did you guys hear what Troy Allman said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind being the tallest nail. I will get beat on and just sit there and like, is that all you got? That's fine. If I will speak my opinion.
You know, ultimately, the tallest nail, even when nailed in, tends to be the proudest nail.
I just, I'm more like a paladin. I will stand up for whatever's right, no matter what, no matter how painful.
I agree. All right, my friends, we're going to let you guys go tonight. Thank you, Troy Allman from Cannibal Publishing, and Mark Hunt, Gangbusters BX creator, amongst other work he's produced recently. And we're going to let them head off into the evening. And don't go anywhere, because we have a few things we've got to give away from Troll Lord Games coming up. And we're just going to take a quick break while we let them depart. All right, and we're back. That was quite the show tonight. Lots of action, lots of people in the chat, very active, and it's wonderful to get to spend some time with those guys. But Phil, we have some big news about Down the Dark Stairway, don't we?
I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about sponsorships?
So a few weeks ago, we announced that we were going to have Stefan Pokorny and Dwarven Forge doing some, doing portions of Down the Dark Stairway this year, as opposed to me providing all the materials. And that kind of didn't pan out, through nobody's fault, but it didn't pan out, and we were going to go back to what we were doing, and it turned out that I was able to get a hold of Michael Webb from WizKids, and they are sending 30 boxes of terrain of the Warlock tiles my way for use in down the Dark Stairway. So, including some of their higher end build pieces. So, Down the Dark Stairway is going to be in perfect shape. Again, that runs every time slot. You can jump in and out. It's free. So, there's no tickets needed. It's best to get the free ticket and reserve your spots. But goes on all weekend. You can play an hour. You can play 2 hours. You can play 2 hours here, and then 2 hours later on, you can get your friends together and come over and play. There's a lot of options with that. And that's both Shadow Dark and Deathbringer when Professor DM is there. And we have a plethora of celebrity game masters in addition to Professor Dungeon Master that'll be running that portions of it. Of course, we don't tell you when they're going to be there because we don't want you to crowd in, just because Baron DeRop's there, or Mike Shea, or Justin Alexander, or some of the other great guests that we have that jump in there. So, looking forward to that. What else do we have, Phil?
Well, Jen wants to know where you're going to store all those boxes of Warlock tiles.
Jen who? Jen who? My wife, Jennifer?
Yeah. In the chat. Where are we going to store all of this stuff, she asks.
Where? I told you I'm going to buy another shed, honey. We're going to buy a storage. We're going to buy a storage container. We're going to buy like a storage container, like a 40-foot cargo container.
Yeah, right. People live in those. There you go. You got plenty of property to drag one of those on the property and just put it behind the barn.
Yeah, I'll just connect it to the barn. Jen loves when I do stuff like that.
Problem solved. I'm sure you know some carpenters that can make it happen.
I do know some carpenters that can make it happen. The same carpenters I got to get to help me finish up our addition. So, but
if you treat them like you treat your artists, I don't think they're coming back.
What's that?
Oh,
hello?
nothing.
Hello? Chet, it sounded like you were talking. I thought we talked about that. What's going on? I'm moving to the Go department before Paige. Oh, jeez.
Is she going to move with Chicken?
Yeah, we have a cat. We have a cat named Chicken now. Yes, we do.
Aw. That's an interesting name for a cat.
It was a kitten found in the chicken coop. We don't know how it got in there, but it got in there. And it was all like nice and tender. It was so tiny, and it didn't really move. It just wanted to be held and kept warm. And then as soon as it got some food in it and it started feeling better, the thing is like running around like a monster.
That's cute.
So running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Kinda, yeah.
Well.
Let's see. She is a cute tortie gal.
Aww.
How's he know that? What's going on here? What do you? Have you been over at my house while I'm away? What's happening?
We've seen the photos on Facebook.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there were photos posted of the cat.
Yes. Phil doesn't have any pets in his family.
We used to. They all died.
Yeah, they're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Yeah, even though my wife wants pets desperately, the deal was either pets or new furniture. I said, you choose which one you want. More pets or new furniture. So
now she got the new furniture. Now it's time for new pets.
Yeah.
It was an and/or statement.
Do you have that in writing?
Well, no. The covenant of marriage has allowed us to, live our promises.
The covenant of marriage.
My husband feels the same way.
Spoken like a true Pennsylvania Dutchman.
Donavera. You damn right. Yeah. We talked about Troll Lord Games giveaway. I've got a trivia question.
Okay.
It's not related to gaming, but I mean, if you're,
jeez, go ahead.
But it's good.
It's just
okay.
It's just completely random, but go ahead.
No, because it popped up earlier today. Because there's this Facebook group that with geographic trivia on it, and I'm really good with geography, so I couldn't get it, even though I racked my brain.
You see the rat in that picture with?
It's a puppy dog.
Speaking of rats, just real quick, I got to get this out. So, where I'm staying is right next to Georgetown Law School. So I walk through like this, it's almost like a park-like atmosphere when you're walking between these two buildings. The biggest rat I've ever seen just like comes walking across the grass, stops on the sidewalk in front of me, looks at me, is like, "Yo, what's your problem?" And then this kept walking.
You're lucky he didn't follow you and bite your ankles.
I'm surprised he didn't ask you for a cigarette.
Now listen, he didn't listen. That rat heard about what happened at EcclesiaCon.
Oh yeah. The mouse was dispatched.
I was multitasking. I was on the phone with work, conducting a work call, when the mouse ran across the floor in front of me, and my lightning fast reflexes managed to dispatch of the mouse quickly. And then when I went to go hand it to Wes's wife, the corpse, she shrieked, making everybody at my work wondering what the hell was going on.
Smashed it like a sting bat.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and ask your random trivia question.
All right, so folks, you have to be honest and not look this up because you could probably look it up pretty quickly. But what is the name?
The Inhumanoids.
No, that is not the answer. But although that is the answer to a lot of questions. What is the name of the?
What is Spellfire?
The best TCG from the 90s. That's the answer to that question. All right, let me ask the damn question. What is the only country in the world whose name ends in G? Can't look it up, folks. Type it. What is the only country in the world whose name ends in G? Of course, we're talking in English. I'm sure most of us have heard of this country. I wouldn't say it is a country that comes to mind often for a lot of us, but that's no hints other than that. G. Anybody have the answer? Put it in chat.
You stumped me, Phil.
Wow, does your husband know that?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, maybe.
What's up?
Anybody in the chat? The chat is I can hear that cricket. That cricket is louder than the chat right now. I don't know if anybody's going to get it. I think people like racking their brains, like going through. If you know your maps, you're thinking to yourself that no, there's no country that ends in G. There's one. There's one. How much time should we put on this one, Ron?
I put my own answer in chat.
The independent nation of Meg.
I am my own country.
The Republic of Meg. Luxembourg is the answer.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Luxembourg.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, because it ends in G. That's why it makes sense.
I never would have thought of that.
Too late. So Ed Lopez wins. He wins a $25 gift certificate to Trollord Games.
Okay.
Because he guessed a lame, Googleable trivia question by Phil. Thank you, Phil.
And what's the capital of Luxembourg?
Who cares? Nobody cares.
Luxembourg!
Nobody cares.
Is the capital of Luxembourg.
Did you know, Phil, if you cut off your left arm, your right arm would be left?
Yep.
I'm gonna get a gong. I'm gonna get a gong behind me, and every time you pull, I'm just gonna hit that gong right behind me.
I don't know. Just
thank you, Lehigh University. Says Ed. The former engineers, now known as the Mountain Hawks.
Why? Is there something offensive about engineers?
They changed the mascot from the Engineers to the Mountain Hawks in 1994, I think, because apparently they thought that like the mascot Engineers was like not marketable enough to try to elevate their like athletic teams, so they wanted it to be like more, whatever, marketable. So they changed it to Mountain Hawks. But I'm sure when Ed was there, they were still the Engineers. Anyway,
Matt Archibald says, the Call of Cthulhu podcast I play in is the #1 live play podcast in Luxembourg for 2025. Ron is the
Hey.
Chuck Barris of RPG YouTubing.
Chuck Barris. Well, yeah, he wasn't he the host of the Gong Show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meg, you're familiar with the Gong Show, right?
I actually do know that they brought it back with like
Oh.
Michael Myers, I think, is the host. I can't remember. I know some people that competed.
Michael Myers?
I think
Like Austin
Mike,
Powers.
Mike Myers.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I said Michael Myers. That'd be better.
It's on Friday nights. Yeah.
That would be so much better.
Yeah.
You win by not dying.
Yeah.
So I Married an Axe Murderer, very underrated movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe it's not so underrated.
Not with us, not with our group.
No, that movie's fantastic.
Is it? Are you sure?
It is. It is. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. I know you like your movies.
All right. So we know who the old people in the room are. My goodness. All right.
Yeah. If a movie from the 90s makes me old, then sign me up, I guess.
Yep, me too.
All right. I think I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah, you should go to bed and see if you can't find that cricket first.
I know. I got to be up early. That cricket's going to chirp all night. I'm not even going to notice it. I'll put on a Conan audiobook and have my ear pods in.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Nobody knows.
Does Arnold Schwarzenegger, does he read the audiobooks?
No. He used to, and he has said he'll be back, but
Yes, Ron will hear the lamentations of the cricket.
yes. Hey, Jen,
Yes.
what do you call an overweight psychic?
I don't know.
A four-chin teller.
Oh, that's cute.
Man.
Chet's about to open that window behind him and jump right through it.
Yeah.
Can't believe people are still listening to this bullshit on the chat. There's still people still in the chat listening to us just talk this nonsense.
Jen has to put the chicken to bed. That's her excuse for ending this madness. Chet is like, make the pain stop.
As soon as you said, Mark, have you followed the news lately? I'm like, shit, here we go.
Have you ever seen Family Guy? And like anytime anything related to a certain piece of ornithological information comes up?
I'm not familiar.
And the whole family runs out. It's like, no! Yeah.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Bits and Pieces. I've never heard of that. Is that a show or is that a movie?
No, a Family Guy.
Bits and pieces. It could be like everyone's a serial killer, and you got to hide the bodies.
Yeah, that could work.
When Friendlies used to be open everywhere, remember Friendlies, the ice cream place?
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite Sunday was the Bits and Pieces Sunday.
Huh.
I just went to a Friendlies recently. I think it was near like Reading or something.
It's because it's because Reading's 40 years behind everywhere else.
Yeah.
I was just up there the other day. I mean,
yeah. Ron and I went to dinner. I took him to a very nice restaurant near my house. We had a fabulous meal.
Yeah.
Besides Phil's favorite 99 restaurant, we have tons of friendlies up here.
Do you?
See, there you go.
Oh, I'm in. I'll be.
I think we have a Friendlies near us too.
Yeah, it was started in Massachusetts. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the opposite of Massachusetts is friendly.
That's not true.
Depends on what part of Massachusetts.
I lived in Charlestown for 2 years, and most people there were massholes.
Well, that's because they were all ex-cons just getting out of federal prison for robbing banks.
Yeah. Hey, when that movie came out, the town, because it's filmed in Charlestown, like literally, like the house I lived in was like in one of the shots.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit, that's like my house. And another quick fact is they filmed the bar scene in a bar in Charlestown, which like no one ever is allowed to go to unless like you're a townie, like a real deal townie. So those of us that weren't townies, so I had to know what the inside of that bar looked like. I had to watch the movie because if you ever walked in that bar and you were not from Charlestown, like an original townie, like you got thrown out. Old Sully's is what they call it. Was called Sullivan's, but everybody just called it Old Sully's. And it was like right at by the railroad tracks, and like nobody went to Old Sully's unless you were like one of the geezers from the town that lived there for 6 generations. I was like, had to see what the bar looked like by watching the movie because they let them film in the bar. Anyway,
that bar is weird because it's on the 2nd floor of a building.
The architecture there is so freaking old. Like the Warren Tavern is in Charlestown, Massachusetts. But if you don't know, folks, Charlestown is a neighborhood of Boston, the most northern neighborhood, where Bunker Hill is. And the Warren Tavern is like the oldest bar or tavern in the city, and they just have all these names on the walls of like founding fathers that like drank there like during the Revolutionary War. Because it was already there, and I'm like, man, I'll tell you what though, their buffalo chicken sandwich, good.
All right.
With that,
I'm gonna help end the show, and we're gonna do a little round robin. Then we're gonna let Jen take us out. Okay. So we're gonna end the show with one question. What games is everybody playing this weekend? Phil?
This weekend? I don't game on the weekends.
Loser.
Typically.
Chet?
So I'm going to be at a convention this weekend, but I will be going from East Granby, Connecticut, and then I'll go up to the Ye Old Tavern to play Shadow Dark on Saturday night.
Nice.
And then go back to the convention.
Is Scott going to be with you when you're up there?
I don't think Scott's going to be there. No, we have Mike Greer coming down from New Hampshire, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him tonight, Mike Greer.
Yeah. Nice.
Jen, what are you playing this weekend?
I'm going to be playing Shift RPG with Scrat from his YouTube channel. So
that I got a lot of any nominations. I am not that familiar with it.
It seems really fun. We just made characters on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
That's from Hit Point Press.
Yep.
Meg?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to VHS Fest at the Mahoning Drive-In Theater. But on Sunday, I've got my stack of books over here. Sunday, I'm actually going to finally start getting into Pathfinder because I've never played it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I heard a rumor you're taking palm cards to VHS Fest.
I am, and next
weekend.
Page. Yeah, next weekend is Tromathon, and I'll be doing the same there.
Oh, okay. They got a new what's Toxic Avengers coming out, right? They remade Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, and they're playing the sequel to Poultrygeist this weekend or next weekend on Friday. Poultrygeist 2 comes out.
I don't know that one. I know Kabuki Man and
Oh man, Poultrygeist is was it like they call it the Chicken Dead?
no.
Did I mention I have a cat named Chicken?
Yes.
Okay.
That's adorable.
I've got. There's going to be a double header on Sunday. I'm
Uh-oh.
running D&D in the morning, and at 5 p.m. Cue Basil Palladorus music as
Doom,
we're
doom,
gonna be
doom,
playing.
doom, doom,
Yeah,
doom,
yeah.
doom, 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 brr. Hey, I didn't tell you this. This is actually a Conan story, real quick. At my wedding, my wife and I wanted to dance to the song from what's it called? The Kitchen from the it's actually called The Kitchen / The Orgy. I know. Go ahead, laugh, laugh, laugh. But it's like my favorite song from the soundtrack. It's a great, 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 great song when they're infiltrating the temple.
Yeah.
And they're like sneaking up, and everyone is like, like getting it on, and I love that song. And we wanted to dance to it as our wedding song because my wife really likes that song too, even though she's not a gamer, not a Conan fan, nothing. She's like, oh, it's a pretty song. And we went to like take dance lessons to learn to dance, and the lady refused to like teach us like how to dance to it. She's like, this song would work best with the Viennese waltz, and that's a little too advanced for you. And
Wow.
I said, bitch, please. No, I didn't say that, but I wanted to.
Just go to a different dance teacher.
I guess, so we danced to a Honey Dripper song.
This is just proof that you didn't try hard enough and you don't love your wife enough.
Hey, who lost their engagement ring last year? Not me. Sharon did. So
I'm a little concerned. You had an engagement ring?
no, but I have a wedding ring and I still have it. And she's got a wedding ring and an engagement ring. She lost her engagement ring. Thankfully, we had an insurance policy out on it. But regardless, all
She
of that
went to the pawnbroker and sold it.
probably, yeah. She claims it's in the house somewhere. She ripped the house apart. She even had she got a metal detector. She borrowed a metal detector from a friend to like go around the house to like try to find it.
Maybe you should check the back of the mailman's truck.
Maybe.
Wow. Maybe it's
I don't know.
maybe the FedEx driver that never showed up with your.
Yeah, with my Kickstarter package.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian's my mailman. I don't. If I show the picture of Brian, I don't think she'd be that.
You're on a first name basis with
My
your
mailman's been my mailman for 23 years.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah.
Same guy. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, Jennifer,
Yes.
take us out before I collapse.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you can, I am going to be streaming Tuesday, and my special guest is going to be none other than Ron Meisker. And he's going to be telling us all about the Kickstarter, what's going on at Page and Concoction. So if you can tune in, that would be awesome.
All right, everybody. I'm going to play the video for the Kickstarter one more time. Please, please, please do us a favor and give us a follow. And everybody have a good night.
All right, everyone.
Pausing so you can scan that. Pausing.